We weren't very good today. We were better in the first half, and I say better. I don't think we were much better. I think that they picked up their effort in the second half better than we did. We looked sluggish and bogged down, and here are the things basketball-wise that I think matter, and talked to the team about this yesterday. One, I think you have to be relentless tough, especially in this league, because I think it's a very good league, and because of the rigors of travel and things of that nature. But the facets of the game that hurt us, that this team in particular needs help with, you've got to make free throws, you've got to turn it over, not turn it over, you got to rebound the basketball, and you got to defend. And when we struggle, we're not very good in either one or multiple of those areas. And it's unfortunate, but we got to figure out who we're going to be. This young group got to figure out who they want to be moving forward, and I'm with them on that journey all the way.
Looking at the turnovers especially, I know that, it wasn't the same number as the other night, but it seemed like the situations in which they came were maybe even more important tonight, especially early in the third quarter when they went on the run. It seemed like Anthony, every time y'all turned the ball over, she was making a play to somebody.
I completely agree. I completely agree. And we're doing everything we can to try and remedy that. I say everything we can, everything that I know how to do. Now, I'm not the smartest person probably even in this room, but everything that I've learned in my experience of now 18 and a half years of college coaching. So we've got to value the ball better. We've got to value the right things, not just in turnover. We just got to value the right things. And we need to focus on basketball and the task at hand, and fix problems. Not just feel sorry for ourselves, because nobody feels sorry for us. Nobody feels sorry for us. I mean, there's not a person in this room. Yesterday morning, I was at the office at 3:45, putting together stat sheets to try and educate. Y'all feel sorry for me for that? You've had to do that before. And so it doesn't do us any good to feel sorry for ourselves.
Did you get the sense yesterday in practice that there might be a little bit of a hangover from the way that Thursday went down?
Yes. Yeah. I had an idea it was coming. But, we're trying to coach them up, bring them great energy. We've had a great turnout. Sweetheart Clinic was great. We went over there and helped with that. There is life outside of basketball, and the lessons we're teaching the lessons we're trying to teach are too much right now. I think we need to focus on basketball. Well, I think we need to focus on basketball. We're having to deal with too much other stuff. And if we can do that, I think we've got all the tools. If we're fortunate enough to make a conference tournament, if we get the right seed, I think we can go win the whole dang thing. But we've got to be relentless in our focus and our stability, physically and emotionally, and there's got to be some grit.
Is that something you can teach, especially midway through the season? Is that something that they've got to figure out for themselves?
I think there's a balance there, and you can certainly try and teach it, but we're going to try anything we can that's, in my beliefs, not illegal or immoral. Sometimes I make mistakes in doing that, but we're going to try and teach them, whether it's midway through the season, out of season, whatever. Best we can, or best we know how, or best I know how.
T inside, was this about as tough a game as you guys have had? They seem really aggressive, really athletic.
Yeah, we kind of let them get into us in the first half. We kind of picked it up the second half, but I'm not gonna say it was too late, but we kind of just dug a hole for ourselves. They just capitalize on our mistakes. That's what a good team does. You make mistakes, they capitalize on it.
So. As one of the leaders of the team, I know that stretches like this are difficult for any player, whether it's a freshman, a senior, or somebody that's been there before, whatever. How do you all rally around each other and sort of identify with each other? Hey, we know it's tough right now, but we got to be tougher. How do you get that accomplished?
It's I mean, it's hard because we're a younger team, so I feel like, like me, Key, and Kens were probably the most experienced in it. So it's just, I feel like we're just a young team. Like, I don't really know how to answer it, but we're just young. We just need just experience together. I feel like this season is a good experience for us to just like get to know each other and get to, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Coach, do you feel like they put too much pressure on to be a leader all the time and be, you know, that rock? It does seem like there have been times in the last couple of games where they've tried to make a 7-point play or something like that and do a little bit too much.
I try not to put that pressure on them, and I try not to have them put that pressure on themselves. That's why I like the way we play. You don't know where things are going to come from, but sometimes they do that, you know, and it's unfortunate when that happens. It's unfortunate when that gets in their head, but if we'll just focus on getting stops, rebounds, and taking care of the ball, I think free throws will come and shooting will come and everything else.
Coach, they only beat you by 1 on the offensive glass, and it's only 2 more rebounds, but, you know, is that just the difference where they capitalized with a 23 and 14 off turnovers, 21 and 10 off second chance, and your team didn't? I mean, other than the bad shooting in the third quarter for whatever reason, that really seemed like the other thing that jumped out to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was hugely important, and it felt that margin, not really that they beat us on the offensive rebounds because of the way that we look at stats, but 20 offensive rebounds is quite a bit to give up. And then, you know, if you look at the team rebounds at 10, those to me are loose balls. And that's the way I kind of look at it, and it's obviously too many to give up as well.
And Anthony, for them, sort of had a knack. You all play terrific defense for 27, 28 seconds. She just pulls up, you know, and knocks stuff down. It's kind of taxing on the team too.
No, it is. Yeah, she's a really good player, and we've run into that buzzsaw before. And you know, sometimes we knew that she was capable of doing that. The young lady from Southern Miss who had a career night. I don't know if she'll ever have 35 again. We didn't see that coming, and but that's the beauty of the game. And Anthony Ford, she did it pretty effortlessly. You know, she never really rattled and never really pressed. It was just whatever you give me, I'll take. You know, kind of like a WNBA player look to it. So.
Shayna forcing a little bit, Coach, right now. Is she?
I don't think so. I mean, Shayna's one of our. We put a lot on Shayna. I mean, she goes from the 1 to the 2 to making plays to she leads our team in assists. She leads our team in assisted makes. I had an idea that she might be off a little bit today, but you know, I hope that everybody understands we need Shayna. You know, and Shayna wants to win, and but maybe she is. Maybe she is, but she's not doing anything I don't ask her to do. You know, I ask her to do a lot, and that's the most important thing. It's the only thing. And, you know, T's energy was great today. T does what I ask her to do, and so Shayna's doing exactly what I want her to do.
You get a week, you know, sort of get to cool the jets a little bit and focus up on basketball. Is this a good time to have a few days just to be like, hey, you know, let's get back to ball?
You know, I don't know. I don't know, and we're going to be off tomorrow. We're going to practice on Monday, and I don't know what we're going to do the rest of the week. I'm going to kind of, you know, read the room a little bit and see what's what. But I don't know if we need to rest or relax. We need to rev it up. You know, I'm just not sure, and I'm not quite sure. I'm not confused, but I just want to make sure. I'm trying to get our team to focus on the right stuff, and if we can do that, I think we'll be okay. I don't know about wins and losses, but I think we'll be okay. But we were a sick and ill team today. You could just kind of feel it, and we need to get well.
Anything else?
Thanks.